What if I told you that India's Independence Day wasn't always celebrated on August 15, or that Mahatma Gandhi wasn't even in Delhi when India became independent? And what if I told you that the man who helped draw the India-Pakistan border had never been to India before? India's independence story is full of surprising details that often don't make it into our history books. So, here are the 10 things you probably didn't know about India's independence. Let's start with the moment everything changed. Number 1. India became independent at midnight, at the stroke of midnight between August 14 and 15, 1947. India officially became an independent nation after nearly 2 centuries of British rule. Jawaharlal Nehru addressed the nation with his famous Tryst with Destiny speech, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Indian history. But there was something even more interesting about that day. The date itself wasn't always meant to be India's Independence Day. Number 2. August 15 wasn't always India's Independence Day. Before 1947, the Indian National Congress had observed January 26, 1930 as Independence Day. That was the year the Congress declared Purna Swaraj, or complete independence, as its goal. So when India actually became a republic in 1950, January 26 was chosen as Republic Day to honor that earlier declaration. But India's freedom wasn't happening in isolation, because while one new nation was being born, another was emerging alongside it. Number 3. India and Pakistan became independent around the same time. India celebrates Independence Day on August 15, while Pakistan celebrates it on August 14. The creation of these two independent nations came as British India was divided during partition, and while independence brought freedom, partition brought something else. One of the largest mass migrations in modern history. Number 4. Independence came with partition. For millions of people, 1947 wasn't simply a moment of celebration. The partition of British India forced millions of people to leave their homes and cross newly created borders. Families were separated, communities were uprooted, and widespread violence caused enormous suffering. But while Delhi was preparing for independence celebration, one of India's most famous leader was somewhere completely different. Number 5. Mahatma Gandhi wasn't in Delhi. You might expect Mahatma Gandhi to be standing in Delhi celebrating India's independence, but he wasn't. On August 15, 1947, Gandhi was in Calcutta, working to stop communal violence. While the country celebrated political freedom, Gandhi was focused on bringing peace to people affected by the violence. And there's another fascinating detail about the birth of the new nation. India's national flag had only been just officially adopted. Number 6. The tricolour was adopted just weeks before independence. The Indian flag we know today was officially adopted by the Constituent Assembly on July 22, 1947, just weeks before independence. The saffron, white, and green bands, along with the Ashok Chakra, became the symbol of the newly independent nation. But India still had one enormous problem to solve. If British India was being divided into two countries, where exactly would the border be? Number 7. The India-Pakistan border was drawn in just weeks. The responsibility of drawing the boundary was given to Cyril Radcliffe, a British lawyer who had never visited India before. He had only a few weeks to help draw a border that would divide territories and ultimately affect millions of lives. The resulting boundary became known as the Radcliffe Line. And when that line was announced, it wasn't just a line on a map. For millions of people, it determined whether their home would now be in India or Pakistan. And that leads to perhaps the most human story of partition. Number 8. Millions had to leave their homes. The newly created borders triggered one of the largest migrations in modern history. Millions of Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs crossed between India and Pakistan, often leaving behind their homes, businesses, and entire communities. Many traveled by train, road, and on foot, carrying whatever they could. For countless families, independence meant starting their lives all over again. But even after gaining independence, India still had to answer one huge question. How would this new country govern itself? Number 9. India didn't become a republic immediately. India became independent in 1947, but it didn't become a republic until January 26, 1950. For nearly 3 years, the country worked on creating its constitution. When it finally came into effect, India became a republic, establishing the democratic framework that continues to shape the country today. But perhaps the biggest fact of all is missing. We often forget. Independence wasn't the end of the journey. Number 10. Independence was just the beginning. In 1947, India was a newly independent country facing enormous challenges. It had to rebuild its economy, resettle millions of refugees, integrate hundreds of princely states, strengthen democratic institutions, and bring together an incredibly diverse population. There were wars, economic difficulties, political challenges, and moments of uncertainty, but there were also extraordinary achievements. Over the decades, India grew into one of the world's largest economies, a major technology hub, and a leading nation in space, science, business, and innovation. So when we look back at August 15, 1947, we shouldn't see it just one day in history. We should see it as the beginning of a journey shaped by struggle, by sacrifice, by resilience, and by the people who built the nation we know today. 79 years later, that journey is still continuing. So how many of these 10 facts did you actually know? Tell us in the comments. And if you learned something new, share this video with someone who loves India's history. Happy Independence Day, India. Jai Hind.